Aloha and good day, friends and yogis. I'm Nicole Spirit. Welcome to this beautiful Sagittarius Starseed Activation class. Today we have special guests, dream sign in the house, which is way less of a pain in the butt than dogs who are doing all kinds of stuff. Anyways, thank you so much for joining. This class is so special. We're coming into the zodiac sign of Sagittarius, and this is a very magical sign. This is all about the archer and finding our dreams and our goals. And we remember that before we launch an arrow, we have to pull back. So just notice what is happening in your life that you're sort of pulling or withdrawing and coming back into yourself, and how we're going to express coming into this new zodiac season and very soon into the new year. So let's find a nice comfortable standing position. We'll bring our feet approximately under our shoulders, and we're going to start with our hands on our lower belly. Thread your hands at the webbing of the thumbs and just put them over your lower dantian, which stands for elixir or gem field. Energy bank account. We're going to take some deep breaths right into our hands. We're going to think about some mantras that help the Sagittarius energy. So one of my favorites is I am safe and free. And this is another one that's really good. Keep breathing deeply into your hands, almost like there's a magnetic force pulling your breath to your lower abdomen. Your knees can bend a little bit, your tailbone sinks. And this is the mantra I really like. I am at the perfect place right here, right now. Take a smiling breath into your hands. One more time. And Sagittarius rules the hips, keep breathing. The crystal is citrine, which is manifestation, abundance, and it's like a golden energy. And today I'm wearing my shirt that has gold Metatron's cube on it, which is sacred geometry. And I'm going to be doing a beautiful meditation at the end of class to activate our sacred energy around our body, our spaceship. So one more breath into the hands, little smile on the face. I also love the little saying, today is the first day of the rest of your life. So whatever's happened up till now, good, bad, everything, just store it in a magic piggy bank and let that go. Release the hands. Let's just do a nice little opening for the spine. We'll take our arms and just start to spiral from side to side. This is that beautiful move known as opening the door of life. And the door of life is said to be this middle part of your body. It is known as the Mingmen, which is a Chinese acupressure point deep in the center of your belly. So it's like it's the dead center of your actual body. So this is where your hands make a little bit of contact on the body, and we just gently feel this opening and awakening. And we start to loosen the low back and the hips and the legs. We start to feel good. We start to smile. See how you're feeling. I'm so grateful for you to be here. If this is your first time with me, then welcome to the weird, wonderful world of Nicole Spirit. QiGong and yoga fusion, meditation, some crystals, Reiki, empowerment, ascension, starseed stuff. That's actually another good energy of Sagittarius, is read a very mind-altering or opening book. Nothing like too weird, but all the books I have are weird. Let's slow it down, and then come to center. Now we're going to bring our arms up. The next one is for a lateral opening in the spine. This one's called picking cherries. So bring yourself back to your summer days where you're going to reach up and you're going to pick those cherries. Try to keep your hips really rooted and grounded, so when you reach away, that opposite hip is like almost pushing down to the ground. Keep your elbows in line with your shoulders and smile. Imagine just picking cherries, having fun. And this is one of my favorite lines ever. You can be the ripest, juiciest cherry, and then there'll still be people who don't like cherries. The line actually is peaches, but I like cherries because of this exercise. It's like, yeah, you're eating this delicious cherry, but there's still gonna be a pit in there, and that's okay. Let's love all of us, the good, the bad, the shadow. Good, and then come back to center. Release the arms by your sides. Last one, spinal cord breathing. So we take the arms now back up to goalpost arms, and we're gonna make light fists with the hands, and we're just gonna do a gentle forward bend, bring the elbows and hands together, and then exhale, lift and open. So you wanna get this nice movement through your spine, and you might notice that we just open the spine in the 6 directions that it can move. So spiraling side to side, lateral, just the sides of the body, and then front and back. Let's do 2 more breaths. You can keep that smile here, why not? It feels good. And then let's come back to releasing the arms down. Good. Let's just do a little bit of opening for the whole rest of the body. We'll start with the feet. Keep your left foot nice and grounded. Your right toes, you can bring them out in front. You can even balance on the toe and circle around at the ankle. If it's available, lift off and articulate and open all of the bones in your feet as much as you can. Go one direction, go the other. If you are balancing, looking at something not moving will help. Good, and then shake out your foot, shake it to the side and shake it back. Let's do the other side. So lifting up through the left toes, and again, if available, you lift and balance on that right leg. This is also super good for your right leg and your buns. You can even tighten up your buns and give yourself a little booty love. All right, go the other direction. As much as you can, opening the bones under the toes. The metatarsals, the tarsals, all these cool bones in the feet. All right, let's release now. And we're going to do one more super fun thing before we go into a little bit of a hip opening. So waking up the feet, let's wake up the knees. We're gonna bring our hands down onto the knees, bring your feet a little closer together. We're just gonna circle the knees one direction and then go the other way. This is also possibly creating something called healthy stress. So as you go into these places, you're like, yeah, that's creaky and sore, I feel it. All right, let's pause, come back to hands on the hips, and we're just gonna send the hips around in a circle. The waist, we're gonna open up through the side body, through the front and the back. So it's almost like you're also feeling your upper body moving away from the hip as you come around. Let's go the other way. So as we're pulling away from that left hip, for example, we're opening up that left side body. And then as we go to the other side, we're opening up the right. You get what I mean. Try to keep your hips nice and rooted and grounded, and just getting this nice spiral all the way around your low back. Good. And then come up. Excellent. Let's release the arms, and we're just going to concentrate on the legs and hips a little bit more today because it's super wonderful. The first one we're going to do is called Tiger Crouches in the Grass. So your feet are a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, toes pointing out. Take your hands and make tiger claws. We're in the year of the tiger. If it's 2022 still for you, whenever you're doing this, let's inhale to come down as far as is comfortable, and exhale, scoop the hands back towards your body and then pull them back up. So the inhale and then exhale. Let's switch it. Pause, inhale, and then exhale to come down. Inhale to come up. One more time, exhale down. Inhale up. Now we're going to come down to a comfortable place, and if it's available, you might even balance your elbows on your knees. And if you'd like to, you can come down even further, where we might bring our hands together and press the elbows into the knees. See how this feels. So inhale, and if you're feeling really powerful in those hips, we can try an exercise where we push our elbows together with the knees, and then we open back up with the elbows. Let's just do this a couple times. If you're up here, that's fine. One more breath. Now, come down to the ground as much as you're comfortable. We don't do this all the time, but if you're into this tiger pose and you want to try kakasana, which is crow pose, you would bring your hands to the floor here and you would do a little forward fold. Now we haven't warmed up our wrists yet, so let's give our wrists a nice massage on one side. Take your right hand and massage your left wrist, then do the other. Then while we're here, we'll do some silk reeling with the hands, spiral the hands around each other. Good. Now you might be down here going, I wish he wasn't doing this. I'm so sorry. If you want to try crow pose, you bring your hands to the floor and you're just going to practice leaning forwards and lifting one foot at a time. That's all. Now, if this is part of your practice and you're into crow pose, then go for it. We would keep our hands open. We would lift through the knees, bringing the belly in, and then you're going to gently see if you can lean forwards and perhaps even bring the feet together. Look down at the ground. Don't look at your feet, or else you'll tend to fall. I know it sounds weird, but engage the core. If this is way too much, you're still practicing. Just one more time on each side. Good. Let's release. Shake out the wrists. Do something new for Sagittarius season. Roll the body up to standing. Excellent. Next, we're going to do a stretch that opens the back side of the thighs. So you're going to walk your right foot forwards, your left foot back. And we're coming into a triangle variation. So we just lean our hands over our thigh. Your right knee or front leg can be a little bit bent. I'm all out of breath from doing that crow pose. So we're going to open up to the right. Open up. Actually, I'm opening up to the left. Right hand down, left arm opens up. So we do just a little mini triangle here. Then we're going to lower that left hand, pause over our leg. Try not to slouch or come down too far. We want to keep the spine in a nice straight line. Then bring your right hand behind your back, and we're just going to open to the right, like a couple of inches. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, open that left arm back out to triangle. Inhale, come back to forward stretch. Exhale, right hand on the low back, open to the right. Hopefully you feel this in the back of your thigh. On the right, come back to center. Now hold in your favorite position, or the one where you need it most. I'm going to open up again to the right. Excellent. Come back to your front leg. Raise up your upper body. Flip the legs to face forwards, and then go back out to the left this time. Have fun, smile, you're doing it, you're amazing. Lower down on your front leg. Again, nice straight spine. You can even take like a broomstick and make sure that your back is straight. And that's a good visual too, right? A broomstick for a lady like me, or you, or whoever you are. Let's open to the right. Right arm opens up. Left hand still on the leg. Then we lower it down. Nice straight long line through the back, and you're going to feel this through the back of your left thigh. Then take the left hand and bring it to the low back, and we just open a couple inches looking out to the left. Again, feel it in the thigh. Come back to center. Big inhale, exhale, right arm opens. Come back to center, inhale, exhale, left hand behind the back, looking out to the left. Then we're going to come to our favorite position and hold where you feel like you needed it the most. One more breath. Excellent. Lower down wherever you are. Walk yourself back up, and then that left leg is going to turn in. Excellent. Walk, step, jump, place your feet a little closer together, and then we're going to take our right leg. If you need to, you can hold the wall or hold a piece of furniture. We're going to bring our right leg up, and we're going to circle at this right hip joint 4 times. Then go the other way. If it's too much, you can always leave your toes on the floor, but just try to get that deep hip opening in the right. Good. So right quad, stretch now. we're gonna take our right foot, kick it out in front, shake it a little bit, kick it out to the side, shake it, and take it to the back and shake it. Then we're going to try quad stretch. So we're gonna lift up our foot into our hand. So again, holding something that's not moving, bring your foot in towards your butt, see how that feels. If you want a little bit of a deeper stretch, you would take both hands on that foot. This is hard, so make sure you're in a good balanced position. Point your knee down, sink your tailbone if that's possible, and breathe. Good, nice quad stretch there. And then release that foot, and we'll do the other side. So left leg, we'll just start by lifting at the knee. We're gonna circle around 4 times in one direction. Notice that your core engages here, your right leg needs to be really strong. Then when you're ready, you go the other direction. If you fall, that's okay. That's actually good. It means your brain is working. So way to go. Good, come back to center. Kick your foot out front, to the side and back. And if you're feeling it, bring your foot up towards your butt. If it's nowhere near, you can take hold of your pant leg. You can wrap a strap or a towel or a scarf around your foot and just hold at the ankle. So where you want to feel this is down that front of the left thigh. Right arm is your standing or your balancing arm. And you're breathing, pointing those toes, the knee down. And then we can also take the right hand behind. This takes a bit of effort, takes a little bit of practice, so see where you are. It's no problem if you're holding 1 or 2 spots out beside you and just doing this. All right, let's release the leg with control, maybe even a bit of grace. Shake both sides out. Good, and then the next thing we're gonna do is a really nice lunge. So we'll start with the right leg in front, and we're going to simply bend the right knee, and the back knee bends as well. Inhale, and exhale, straighten the legs a bit more. Inhale, sink down, feel the stretch in that hip flexor, and then come back up a little bit. One more time, bend down. You can even open the hands, get your heart facing towards the sky. Good, and then release. Let's flip it around. Come to center, and then go the other direction. You can switch your legs too, if you don't want to be facing the other direction. So now we're going to do this nice lunge. Again, bending both knees, and then straightening that back leg. So lunge, deep in that thigh, in the hip flexor in the front, you're going to feel this, and then straight. One more time. Take your beautiful phoenix feathers, wings, open them to the sky. Good, and then release down. Come back to standing. Last standing hip stretch. We're gonna do the heron. So this is basically a standing pigeon. So left leg is your standing leg to start, arms at the side for balance. Take your right foot up and over, and then you can bring your hands down onto your leg. So you wanna make sure you're not pushing into the knee in any weird way. You wanna feel this in the back of the right thigh. Here we are, breathe, then do the other side. Again, feel this in the hip. You're not pushing into your knee. You wanna make sure that you're not doing any damage. This foot can stay flexed, your left foot, that helps. Coordinate with your breath. Inhale to stand up, exhale to float out. Inhale to stand up. You can add your heron wings. Exhale to float out. And we'll come back to standing. Excellent. So let's release the arms. Last thing we're going to do is drawing the heavenly bow. So these are all energy skills, Chinese yoga, QiGong, but we've done all these stretches in yoga too, so we're having fun. All right, so we're gonna stand with our feet a little bit wider than hip width apart, almost in a horse stance here. Yes, we are in a horse stance. Mabu. Bring your arms out in front, embrace an imaginary hoop or tree, and we'll go to the left to start. So we're going to turn to the left, We're gonna take our right hand and bring it in front of the heart, and our left hand makes a beautiful bow and arrow. We're gonna take the last 2 fingers and curl them in and look out past our left fingers. Then you bring both hands back to the hoop. Nice inhale, breath. Then we'll go to the right. Exhale, turn to the right. Let your right hand extend. Let those last 2 fingers get folded over by the thumb, and the left hand forms that bow, and we're going to pull the bow. Now, just for a moment, look out past your fingers. Just have a beautiful gaze of joy and excitement, what's coming next in your life. Come back to the hoop, inhale, exhale left, right hand makes a fist, left hand forms the arrow, the thumb over the last 2 fingers, gaze out past your hand and just see into the horizon. Imagine your next goals and dreams out there, and maybe they've already come true. Come back to center, hands in the hoop, then go to the right, draw the heavenly bow. Left hand in a fist, right hand fingers, 2 fingers pointed. One more time, come back to the hoop, and then exhale, open the bow to the left. Expand your vision, imagine your dreams coming true, and come back to center. Don't forget the heavenly art of daydreaming. Gently push the ground away, start to stand up a little taller, and then we'll float the feet closer together. And breathe. One of my favorite QiGong moves of all time is shaking. So just shake for a couple of moments, a few breaths, smile, and know that if you take one thing from this class, shaking and smiling is your best reset button for all of life. Shake and breathe. I almost said shake and bake, but that's different. That's, remember that stuff that they would sell in the box? You'd put it on your chicken, shake and bake. All right. So shaking, maybe even lifting the heels, getting a little bit of impact into the heels. And I want you to smile and let that stuff go. Let the stuff go. One more breath. Emotional turmoil, let it go. Physical turmoil, shake it off. Mental turmoil, be here now. Just breathe. You can always restart. Good. And then release. Now just pause, see how you feel. Notice if there's zipping, buzzing, shaking, vibrating. Let's make our way to the floor. I love coming down without any hands. See how you're feeling with that. And perhaps we arrive in a seated position. So easy pose, Sukhasana. Find your most comfortable, easy pose for the moment. Sit up nice and tall. Good. And breathe. Wonderful. So we're going to do one spinal exercise here. This is where we bring our hands onto our ankles, and we're simply going to come in and up with the head. Big breath, inhale, and exhale, ripple down through the spine. So I mentioned my shirt, Metatron's Cube. This is by MerKaBa, Wisdom Wear. You can find her clothing online, wisdomwear.org, and it's got crystals that are infused into the sacred geometry patterns. If you've never heard of Metatron's Cube, that's totally fine, but so strange. Today, cleaning before class, I found a beautiful meditation on the MerKaBa, on Metatron's Cube, and how to put yourself in your safe spaceship energy. The MerKaBa is an Egyptian word that means light spirit body. One more breath. Good, and come back to center. I have a little citrine crystal ball here today. Citrine being that beautiful gem that I mentioned for Sagittarius. So if you have anything that's gold or golden or yellow, it's really beautiful to connect with your manifestation center, your solar plexus. So we're going to sit up nice and tall, and just for a couple of moments we're going to visualize the MerKaBa while we're sitting here. So bring your fingers out to your sides, Close your eyes and visualize a pyramid that's pointing up, and then a pyramid that's pointing down. So one is your sun pyramid and one is your earth pyramid. It looks like a three-dimensional Star of David. One more breath. And I just want you to start visualizing these sacred geometry shapes around you, like a big giant pyramid pointing up and a big giant pyramid pointing down. Good. Now, ever so gently, we're going to let that go. We're going to revisit at the end of class, and if you're not feeling like a meditation today, then you can come back to it whenever you like. So let's extend the legs long. We're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to feel that nice engagement of core, so we're not just like this, which is also a valid pose, but we're going to sit up before we go down. Let's embrace an imaginary tree. Which one is yours today? I'm going to challenge you to think of a tree that you've never seen before. What if it's a tree from a different planet? It's like the most beautiful tree you've ever seen. Have you ever seen Avatar? I had this vision the other day that maybe Avatar is inside of our Earth. I know that sounds weird. All right, release the arms. If you've ever studied Shambhala or Buddhism, you'll know that they believe that there are inner cities in our planet. All right, so the knees are bent. As I said, this is a Pleiadian activation class, opening Metatron's cube. All right, so we're going to do one more hip stretch because it feels so good. We're going to come into our pigeon pose. So keep that left knee bent, take your right leg up and over, and we'll float that foot so that it's right at the knee, and you can hang out here, see how you feel. Next option is to bring both knees up towards the chest, and you can take hold of the front leg on the ankle and the knee, see how this feels. Watch your chin, keep it tucked, and breathe. Another option is taking both hands, lifting the head, neck, and shoulders, threading your hands behind the left leg, and then seeing if it's comfortable to lower the head back down. I notice here that I have to do some adjustments, some moving around, but as soon as I feel comfortable, I'm going to make sure that my chin is tucked down, my neck is long, and I really start to feel that right hip open up instantly. One more breath. Last variation, of course, is straightening that left leg, coming into your full figure four. You can actually see the number 4 with your legs. Beautiful. Let's gently release the hands, release that left foot, release the right foot. Just pause for a moment, be in your right hip. I love you, right hip, see how it feels, and then do the left side. So left foot is going to float over the right knee. This is your option 1, hang out here. Variation 2, take hold of your front leg, lifting the legs. Variation 3, straightening that right foot. Variation 4, interlacing your hands behind the right thigh, and then lowering your head and shoulders to the ground. And breathe. See how you're feeling here. One more breath. We're breathing into that left hip now. The feminine, the moon, the mystery. This is where we let go of all of our preconceived notions of success, and we just realize that smiling and breathing is success. Good. Let's release that right foot, unravel the hands, right foot to the floor, left foot to the floor, and just pause here for a couple of moments. Now, what's my favorite move lying on my back in yoga? Shaking like a bug, baby. So bring your legs up, bring your arms up, and shake. So this one I find is so powerful because you're shaking your body. You're a beetle flipped over on its back. Which beetle would you be? I'm Ringo Starr, of course. And I have a funny story about that, but you'll have to read my book one day, which I'm writing, to tell you about my Beatles references. Good, get in there, be the Beatles, be one of them. Get into your hips, wiggle into your shoulders, then get into your hands, your wrists, your feet, your ankles, your knees, your elbows. Move those around a little bit. Good. Breathe, smile, laugh. Maybe you listen to some Beatles later today, or your favorite music. Play your favorite song today and dance around your house. Yes. Oh, another thing for Sagittarius, release your arms and legs.
is go to a place you've never been before. Could be in your own neighborhood or anywhere, but go somewhere new. All right, so see how you're feeling. Breathe. This is a beautiful place to come into Shavasana, and we'll end our practice here. And if you have time, we can stay for a beautiful meditation. This is activating Metatron's cube, the MerKaBa shape around your body. So for a few more moments, just be here, wiggle your fingers and toes, see how you're feeling, smile. And we will begin a meditation now. So if you have time, please listen. And if you need to go, then that is wonderful as well. So take a few deep breaths. Choose your most comfortable position. I'm going to come up to a comfortable, seated, easy pose. So welcome and good day. This is Nicole Spirit bringing you a Metatron's Cube meditation. I found this meditation this morning or refound it. And so if you are lying down, a really nice position to be in for this is seated in easy pose, Sukhasana. And this meditation is the Metatron prayer of protection and abundance. This was provided by Michelle White Dove. So wherever you are, in a seated position or laying down, this is a prayer of visualization and spoken word. Your words will evoke matter into being as you surround yourself with God's protective light and energy. Step 1. Clockwise, imagine putting up your first shield, a sphere of silver light, which is known as the Christ consciousness. Visualize God, Goddess, protecting you. See yourself encased in a third-dimensional bubble of silver light that encircles your entire body. As you visualize, say your own personal prayer of thanks. An example is, may everything that I say and do come from unconditional love. So the first shield is a sphere of silver light, and you might imagine it going clockwise around you. Now is the time to put up your second shield. This is a mirrored sphere facing outward to reflect back any negativity or darkness aimed at you. This mirror will bounce the negativity right back to the sender, instant karma. Only love and light will penetrate this shield. And as you visualize, say a personal prayer of thanks. An example, I surround myself with a mirrored sphere facing out to repel all negativity. I give thanks for the protection of Metatron. Only love and light may enter my force field.
third shield is a golden bubble of light. This is of the angel kingdom. Visualize yourself embraced by the angels. Bright gold dust is falling all around you. As you visualize, say a personal prayer of thanks. An example, I call upon my guardian angels. I give thanks for their love, protection, and support. I am open to hear their messages. Through God, anything that I touch, have touched, or will touch, turns to gold and brings abundance. Now, step 4, we visualize a 3D pyramid up and around you. This pyramid is the sun pyramid with the point above your head. Then we imagine a pyramid facing down around you. This is the earth pyramid with the point underneath you facing the earth. We're back in our 3-dimensional Star of David, our sacred geometry. And once you've created this, you are in your own personal light ship called the MerKaBa, or lotus flower. Now seal yourself in one giant sphere of God Goddess's white protective light that encases all. So ever so gently, imagining that we do this meditation every day, where we simply visualize and imagine the 3 spheres of light around us. And then we put the MerKaBa, or the 2 pyramids, around us within these 3 spheres. And this becomes our sealed off, beautiful, glowing aura. If you're interested in this type of meditation or this type of astral travel, this is your spaceship, the MerKaBa, the light spirit body. So take a little time. Maybe it's so new to you, you've never done anything like this. Maybe it's very familiar and it even is triggering something in your Akashic records or in part of your brain that remembers all of your soul's journeys, not just this particular human one. And know that you are safe and free, healthy and happy and loved within these spheres of light, within this MerKaBa shape. I wish you a wonderful month, a wonderful end of year, thinking about your archer and thinking about the energy of what it takes before you launch an arrow, that we need to do preparation and time and prepare by drawing that arrow back. So be a dreamer, set goals, have fun, live life, and know that there is kid inside of you who loves to fly kites. So try to read a new book this month, something really different. Go somewhere new, and remember your mantra. Today is the first day of the rest of my life. So wherever you are, we'll gently come back to the here and the now, having full remembrance of your meditation and of your visualization, and we'll bring the hands together at the heart. The light in me greatly honors and sees the light in you. May we be relieved of all suffering, and may we dwell together with great fruitfulness and harmony. Bring your hands up to the third eye, and we all say together, Namaste. Thank you so much for coming. I know I'm all blissed out. I hope that you're feeling really good, and I so appreciate your time and energy. Please like, share, and maybe even comment on this class if there's something you liked or you didn't like or whatever. And I will see you next time.